The Chicago Bulls are undergoing a period of quiet rebuilding, but with strategic moves that are beginning to attract the NBA's attention. Among the news that has stirred up the scene in recent days, two stand out. Josh Giddey's return to Oklahoma City as a visitor for the first time since leaving the Thunder, and the revelation that the Chicago franchise has been very interested in trading for Jonathan Kuminga, a young talent from the Golden State Warriors. These two situations, while different, demonstrate the direction the Bulls are trying to take. A balance between developing young players and finding players who can transform the team's performance in the medium term. If you're passionate about the Chicago Bulls and want to stay up to date with all the team news, like this video and subscribe to the channel. This way, you'll support our work and never miss a single update on the franchise's future. The first story that caught fans' attention was that of Josh Giddey. The young Australian, now with the Chicago Bulls, experienced a special moment when he returned to Oklahoma City to face his former team, the Thunder. It was his first time playing in the Paycom Center as an opponent, and it's impossible not to mention the emotional toll this situation entails. Giddey was drafted by the Thunder in 2021 and over 3 seasons became a key player in the team's development. He was seen as part of the future, alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but the organization decided to go another route, prioritizing other players and trading the Australian. In recent interviews, Giddey opened up about his return. He spoke about how grateful he will always be to the Thunder for the opportunity and the fans' support, but also made it clear that he is focused on his new journey with the Bulls. For fans, seeing Giddey face his former team brought up mixed feelings. Nostalgia for a talented player, and at the same time, curiosity about how he can grow in Chicago. The point guard emphasized that, although it was strange to return as a visitor, the overriding feeling was one of gratitude and motivation to write a new chapter in his career. However, the narrative doesn't stop at emotions. Giddey's move to the Bulls is also strategic. The Chicago team needed someone with his vision, assist-sharing ability and tactical acumen to accelerate the rebuilding process. Alongside other young talents and under the guidance of veterans, Giddey could be the missing link to give rhythm to a team seeking to find a clear identity. And this is one of the most important aspects of his presence, bringing balance between the present and the future, serving as a link that connects the fans to a more ambitious project. But behind the scenes, things haven't stopped churning. While Giddey was attracting attention for his emotional return to Oklahoma, reports revealed that the Chicago Bulls were also eyeing another young NBA talent, Jonathan Kuminga. According to recent reports, the Chicago Bulls seriously considered the possibility of involving the Golden State Warriors forward in a trade. Kuminga, known for his athleticism and versatility, is seen as a player with enormous growth potential. While still developing, he has already shown flashes of potential as a star player, especially in transition and in dynamic attacking situations. The Bulls' intention to explore the player clearly demonstrates the management's intention to add young players with high ceilings to accelerate the restructuring process. Of course, the negotiation didn't materialize, and there's no indication that a deal is close at this point. However, the mere fact that the Bulls are exploring such options is a positive sign. It shows that the franchise doesn't intend to stagnate, simply waiting for time to pass, but is actively seeking opportunities that could enhance the team's potential. The speculation surrounding Kuminga also raises another important debate. How far are the Bulls willing to go in a potential trade? To land a talent of the Warriors' forwards caliber, the board would have to put valuable assets on the table. This could mean draft picks, young players already on the roster, or even veterans who still have market value. The question remains whether the team is willing to sacrifice part of the present in pursuit of a more promising future. Returning to Giddey, there's one detail that can't be ignored: his adaptation to the Bulls' style of play. Unlike the Thunder, which already had a solid structure with Shai as its protagonist, in Chicago, the point guard has more room to assert himself. This creates a unique opportunity for him to grow as a leader on the court and win the hearts of the fans. His return to Oklahoma was just the first chapter of this new phase. But what really matters now is the impact he will have on the team's day-to-day operations. For Bulls fans, the two stories intertwine in an interesting way. On one hand, there's the immediate present with Giddey, a young, talented player already integrated into the roster. On the other, there are rumors of a possible bold move targeting Jonathan Kuminga, which would further reinforce this philosophy of betting on potential and youth. If confirmed, this strategy could put Chicago in a competitive position within the conference, perhaps not immediately as a contender, but as a team experiencing solid and steady growth. It's undeniable that the Bulls front office still has difficult decisions to make. The current roster has limitations, and the transition from an era of veterans to one of promising young talent is never simple. However, with moves like Giddey's arrival and the interest in Kuminga, it's clear that the goal is to build something sustainable and competitive for years to come. Chicago fans have been accustomed to ups and downs since Michael Jordan's heyday, but patience can be rewarded if these strategic moves are executed well. Josh Giddey has already shown he can be an important part of this process. If the front office can align this project with the acquisition of more talent, like Jonathan Kuminga, the hope of returning to the playoffs with a bang and, who knows, competing for titles in the future will no longer be just a distant dream. And that's where the fans come in, supporting, following, and holding the team accountable throughout this process. Every victory, every competitive game, and every young player who shows improvement counts as an important step. Giddey's return to Oklahoma as a visitor was symbolic, but it also represented a transition to a new phase. The rumor surrounding Kuminga serves as a reminder that the Bulls are alert and willing to take risks. If you believe the Chicago Bulls are on the right track and want to continue following this journey full of challenges and hopes, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss any analysis, behind-the-scenes news, or updates on the moves that could change the franchise's fate.